changing everything to all chat or all messages. Oh, hearing all kinds of noise. We are having very high winds. So yesterday I lost power during my live. The same might happen today. So just putting that out there. But anyway, we are going to continue working on this 5-yard quilt that we started last week. And I need to just get it done. At this point, enough is enough. I need to get it done. So many things. First, I wasn't feeling that great on Saturday, then Sunday. I don't know what happened on Sunday. Sunday's a blur. I still think I was just trying to blah. Yesterday we had the power outage, of course, and then the whole day was spent with doing errands. And then now today, it's all set in my face right now, whatever this cold is, but we're just gonna push on, we're gonna move on, and we are gonna start. So if you watched my first part, you know where I left off. And if you haven't, go back and watch the first live in which I started making this. So it's called Passage from Fabric Cafe. This is exactly how I get my sample quilts sent to me. So when we left, we flipped and stitched all these corners. Good morning. And I just finished cutting them, as you can see. So I have my flip and stitch corners done. And now we are going to assemble the block. So when I assemble the block, I am going to go to, hold on, can you see this here? Probably not. Let me move this back. Good morning, Annette. Do you have a delay today? We have a delay for school. Oh, here we go. So here's a flip and stitch corner. We're just gonna cut off and then lay it back down. So I'm gonna go ahead and we are gonna go and see where we're at. So we are at to this point here. And this point here, we are gonna put our flip and stitch. Let's see. I have to look at the pictures. Okay, so we are doing one. So this is block B. So let's start with block A. As to not confuse things, good morning, Catherine. All right, and then this color is fabric 5, which is the silver dot on black. So we don't take this, we do this. And we put them facing the arrow going to the, from my left, which I don't know what it is for you because I don't know if the mirror thing finally went away. Full on school today so far, surprising with the snow and minus temperatures. I know we're like minus like 10. I don't know, it's freezing. The actual temperature is something like 5. So yeah, but the wind is quite incredible. All right, so we have that, and that's what, then the next one is we need the fabric 4 up here, and the fabric 4 on this is the floral white. So the floral white is this fabric here. So we're gonna need that. So we're gonna take that. And then we are going to need these, and we're gonna put these on the side. So let me count them. So we are going to place this where the flip and stitch is out, and then place this where the flip and stitch on the bottom right goes out. This is top left, goes out. And then we have this. Okay, so in the pictures, right, they're going to tell you for block A assembly, we're going to take this center block and we are going to put this on top and on the bottom. They just have you actually just sew them along and then cut them later. I don't like to do that. It's just my personal preference. You can do however you like. We're gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you what I do. So okay, so I need to measure this. And I just measure to kind of make sure that I am doing the right thing. And yes, this measures exactly what it's supposed to. Perfect. So I'm going to take my white strips here. Now I want to make sure that I am definitely going to clear any kind of selvage. All right. So I'm going to look and see if I have a ruler. Yep, I think this is the right size. That is, just double check. Yep. All right. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start cutting some. I want to make sure I'm clearing the. Yep. So I have enough here for 2 blocks. And that's 6 blocks. Those I don't want to miss cut off, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, I'm just going to open these up. And now that was 4, I think. Didn't I have 5 of those? Let me see. And that is silver, white. 4 on white. 4. Oh, okay. So yes, I have more. Here we go. Here's the others. I knew I had more. See, when I was in the middle of cleaning, okay. So where was I? I was at 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12. 13. 14. And then I have these ends and I'm just going to open it up. And 15. Now I will tell you, you will have enough. There's 5 strips and I was kind of using my leftovers. But there we go. We have them. So those are cut and we are going to do that. Now I'm going to do that same procedure with the red ones. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these as well, because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a top and a bottom. Now you're supposed to cut 5. I cut 4. Because I had noticed that I had an extra piece I could use. Now you need to cut, in order to make this pattern, you have to cut 5 because there's standard, industry standard measurements and we have to do that. So I looked over here and I noticed, I want to make sure. So you see over here, this one here, I could feel that there was selvage. There's only one. That was weird. Okay. So we'll just go here. I just have to cut more of this selvage. And I'm probably more relaxed when I'm making my own, but when I'm making theirs, I want it to be really perfect. So I'm gonna come in here. This is the one time you may see me be like, well, this has to be perfect. Normally, if you're doing it for yourself, it's not, does not have to be perfect. And now let me go back to this one. So this one, when it was folded on the selvage, wasn't folded correctly. So I'm going to come in here and recut. Not recut, but realign and then cut. It's important to kind of keep track of your selvages because it's really tightly woven, so it does wash a little different. Okay, we should have all of ours now. And we are going to go ahead and go to the sewing. Put these with where do these go? These go with the fabric one, which is black. Yes. I have to double check everything. All right, here we go. Can you see what I'm doing here? All right. So let me see who I've missed. We have a lot on here already. Good morning. So, good morning, Catherine, Linda. Let's see who I have no school today. I do, but I have a 2-hour delay. Hi, Andrea. We're getting storms ahead of the front. Oh, I'm over the storms. Our storm comes in tomorrow. Moving into lurk mode, not a problem. Need to leave early. Yeah. So I am on like a 2-hour delay today, but definitely is cold out there. All right, so we are going to place this here, and then this is on this second part. We're going to take our centers, and they do need to face that way, which for me, I don't know if you can. And just double check. I like to double, triple, quadruple check. So that is going that way with this here. That is going that way with that there. And we are good. Okay. So now we have the way this is, and it's like going to the left, my left. I don't know how it looks on your screen. Good morning, Joydy. So we're going to run these through. And we're going to put on the top and the bottom this here, but I do need to check something. Okay, so my bobbin thread. My bobbin thread is a situation I forgot about. I can't put that on my quilt. That will ruin it. And look, I had all these full of bobbins last week. I literally used all these last week. So that tells you how much I've been sewing. Let's just fill 2 with this. And I hate to have to pull that out. Let's see, what else could I? Here you go, let's go with this. And there it goes. Can't sew without bobbin. Oh, are you driving for the first time? All right, so we're gonna now put, there we go. Now we can start sewing. So how is everyone? Did you get a lot of snow? Yes, today I get to drive. I did practice yesterday. Well, that's good. I'm glad you practiced yesterday. Did it feel funny? Probably felt funny, right? Trying to get new motion back. We got a lot of snow and we got a lot of ice and on top of the snow, which was not great at all. Did not like that. Put those down at the bottom. What we got was a lot of wind, so we were without power for the whole afternoon. And then I did upload a video about my Joann hauls and my Sam's Club haul. I did that really last time. Why is that making all that racket? This machine is doing something weird. So yesterday, though, a lot of people are still without power. Yesterday, people had to vacate their home and find somewhere warm. What are you working on? I am working on that 5-yard quilt called Passage. This is not for me. This is the actual Fabric Cafe sample. So you will be seeing this kit. I don't know when you're going to be seeing this kit, but you're going to be seeing this kit here with these exact same fabrics. And so today we have a 2-hour delay. My guess is because there's so many people without power still in our area in this kind of really cold weather. Yeah, to finish up this sample because I didn't get to it at all this weekend. Let's see. You said, yeah. Needs oil. Do you have to send it back to them? Yes, I do. This is not for me. Yeah, this is for them, for their videos, or maybe they're gonna photograph. I'm not quite sure, but it's down in here. And I've been having problems with this, Joydy, this machine. Let me see. I've been definitely having problems with this machine. I was blowing out needles left and right on, what day was that? That was Sunday. I didn't sew Sunday because of it. But I am on a deadline and this has to be done. It's down in here. Well, let me run these through and see what I can do. All right, we're gonna give this a little. Oh, while I'm here, might as well. So yesterday was working pretty good. I don't know. Today, it's because it knows I'm on a deadline and this is my only really professional working machine right now. Let's see what we got going on here. My right arm is strong enough to hold the steering wheel alone. Good, my left arm has a huge robotic looking thing. Oh no. My Fabric Cafe 5-yard quilt is on the way. Lynn over at Saw Squares has their patterns and books for 25% off, so I ordered it in some fabric and oceans. Wow. Only, yes, that's true. I'm gonna just come in here and make sure there's nothing. I've cleaned this all out. This thing has been looked at non-stop. Okay. Let me put this in. So I was putting together some backings last night. Here we go, we'll take this. it's just making racket. It is sewing fine, so that's a plus. As long as it could sew, that's okay. Good morning. 31 are watching on Novi, 7 thumbs up. Well, I see now 10. Thank you so much for the support. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Marie. So we are going to now put the other side to this. We're just going to go with it. My machine's probably going to make more noise than normal. I'm sure my son is loving that and his girlfriend. Making all this racket first thing. Make sure, yep, good. I'll put this down. Next thing, I'm going to put this pass through, but I may just take some. There's something here. I thought all the metal was out. Maybe there's a piece that normally does not rattle like that. Feed these through. It's so quiet here. Believe it or not, the block is going to be done really, really soon. Once I put this up, the tops and the bottoms, the sides, you'll have the block. Did you use vacuum to get stuff? I did. I used everything. Hi, Sheila. But it wasn't doing that yesterday. Yesterday when I was sewing, it wasn't doing that. Not sure. Because I sewed last night. I didn't go live, but I was sewing last night. I sewed another back. I'm going to show you my progress. And it was not doing that. So I could feel something here. Here's my last one, pass through, and then we're going to go to the mechanic side of sewing. And before I press this, we're going to figure out what direction we're going to press this at. But okay, I'm going to put these, set these aside. They go like this. And let's see where it is. I had, let's see, being that I took the, oh, here it is. I've taken it apart so many times I didn't know where to deal with this. Let's see. Let's open this guy up. All right, let's dust this out. Make sure there's no dust there. And then I have from yesterday, I did long arm. And we're gonna take some of this. I'm gonna dust out here. And that seems okay. So if you have a FOV 1200, now you're seeing what one can do. Troubleshoot. That and pull this up. See, it's totally clean because I cleaned it. So I'm not sure what is causing anything. Okay, I'm gonna oil it, and maybe that's what it was. Maybe it just needs some oil this direction. I'm pulling out my thread so I don't get oil all over my thread. Good way to see what needs to be oiled is to that wheel here and this here. There is like a little area. I have to get this. See if I can get it way down in there. There we go. We will see what that does. I go through so much oil between all my machines. There we go. I'm gonna put our so this is machine maintenance 101, right? Let's see. I will say this is considered an older machine. The older machines are much easier to maintain and troubleshoot yourself. Any of the newer machines, not so much. All right, now we're going to put in our bobbin. And we're going to go thread the machine. Let's see what we got, ladies. Let's see what we got. Let's see what happens. Seems to be better. Is it perfect? No, but it's better. Wait, what are we getting? We are concentrating for her. I didn't get what we were getting, but I can go back. Let's see. Okay, so we have to though figure out how we're pressing this. So these are the two that they're going to be sewn to, right? So here we have that. And so when we press, if we press out, we are okay. It's out is good. So we're going to take this, if you're on this step with me, we're pressing out. So we're going to take these and press out. Now all that troubleshooting takes my time away from what I need to do to finish this. All right, pressing this out. I'm tired today. I am too, Joy. I'm exhausted. I did not sleep well last night. And I woke up, and I say this all the time. I woke up and I've got some kind of cold or something. I got something. It feels like my body this winter is just on this endless cycle of trying to fight off whatever germ I've been exposed to. I do much better when I just stay home. Yesterday I went to do errands and I must have picked something up. So we are almost done with this block. Okay, we're gonna finish up this block. This is block A. In here is called block assembly A. So we are, oh, here. There we are. So now we have it on the design design board, and this is what we got. So we are going to sew this. Good morning, Giovanna. Wow, my second is finally working. What did I miss? Wow. I don't know. I missed some of the chat too. You bought a lot of batting yesterday. I did, because I'm going to go through a lot of batting. When I did the calculations, I'm still going to need more batting. But for now, that'll get me going, and then I'll have to figure out what to do. I may wait until April when I go to Massachusetts. I am going in April to Massachusetts, so I may wait and buy some at the wholesaler there. I'm thinking about opening up an eBay account when my honey gets home. He's familiar with eBay. I am not. And maybe I could start putting some of my quilts up there. Maybe, I don't know. A couple of people brought up ideas of me making scrap packs. So I may be doing that, making some scrap packs. But honestly, I don't know if I even have the time for any of that. I have emails. I have to return emails. I will say I have to return emails. I've gotten some very lovely emails. I just got to comments this morning. And I looked at all of them as far as binding goes. I did a video I actually did a live on how I bind, and today we may do that. I'm a little afraid to bind with this machine right now just because I blew out needles. And I need to get this project finished. Once I get this project finished, I won't be so stressed because then I can sew on any antique machine and worry about that. But I do want to get this project done. Let's see. Hi, Jess. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Yeah, it's cold in Massachusetts, I know. So I may be doing a meet and greet in April when I'm in Massachusetts. I haven't figured it out yet because I have some new subscribers who are from Rhode Island, and maybe I can find something that's in between. I'm not sure yet. I'm still working on the details. Good morning, Melanie. I see your name pop up as I'm sewing these. Oops. I want to make sure nothing is flipping over on me. So everything should fall into place as far as pieces. And again, if you're just tuning in now, I am finishing up my 5-yard quilt, my sample quilt for Passage. And hopefully I will be getting this ready to go and right to the mail. Either this afternoon or tomorrow. I am not going to QuiltCon. It's too far for me for travel purposes and, you know, work days. So that is not happening, but maybe next year when it's closer, I may go. Today I'm drinking chai tea. It's something called Decaf Dragon Chai by Stash. It's so good. Maybe I should contact Stash and say, hey, do you want to send me a whole sampler? I'll keep drinking it on my morning lives. There we go. And now we have the other side. So we have, that's what it looks on the one. You know what? It's good to kind of, now, you know what? I'm going to, because I don't know which way I'm going to press being with the other ones. So now I'm going to put the second side onto this block. And we're going to go for that next. What's nice is nothing needs to match here. There's nothing that is, you know, that I have to pin and match. Just kind of go through. All I have to do is make sure I'm putting my piece on correctly. That's it. Because I have done that before. I've been known to put a piece upside down here and there. So I'm going to get this where I just saw something. My cards. Ready? So I'm just going to do preference. Ready? That we're not going to do. We did that. Okay, we didn't do this. Ready? What do you prefer? And this is referring to seasons of the year. I'm going to put this a little different. You're making swap blocks. Oh, cool. All right. So preference is summer, fall, or winter. What is your preference? Summer, fall, or winter? A lot of summers. Autumn, fall. Okay, so we have a lot of summer and fall. Nobody's saying winter. We're all over winter. Wait, football is in the fall. So wait till you hear my answer. So I love spring because spring is when it's like you start seeing the bugs and the chickens, it's chicken time. It's chicken time where we hatch chickens and everything. And it's like it's a little nippy, but yet a little warm. It's just that wonderful thing. But this is hard, right? Because I technically love spring, but I love the summer because I'm off in the summer. So, of course, what's not to love to be off of work, right, in the summer? But if I was living in Puerto Rico, the answer would be winter, even though we do call winter winter. Winter is now even in Puerto Rico, and the winter in Puerto Rico is perfect. It is just that perfect 80-degree weather where it's not that humid and it's just, I can't explain it. It's just really perfect. It's winter now. Yes, it is winter now. It's winter now, and it's beautiful over there in Puerto Rico. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know. Someone, Nightbot put someone in timeout. Who did they put in timeout? Austin. Well, hello, Austin. Yeah, we have a bot, and it's because you put everything in capitals. I didn't kick you out. Yeah, when it sees capitals, it goes a little crazy. And a lot of emojis. It doesn't like emojis either. All right, ready? Here we go. Next one. Preference, muffin, croissant, or bagel. They make these difficult sometimes. It's too hot. Sorry, Austin. Yeah, it's going to get you again. So the choices are muffin, croissant, or bagel. Croissant, if it's spelled right. That's a hard one, Mike. I don't know. I guess if I had to pick one, which one would I pick? Croissant. I like all three, so do I. It depends on my mood. That's what I think too. I absolutely agree with you, Andrea. That's me too. That's like me asking to choose a favorite child. I know. They're like, those are the best. I mean, I was having that kind of situation with the season because I was like, it all depends where you live for the seasons. Croissant. So if I had to pick one, it would be croissant, and it would be the pain au chocolat croissant. Or if I don't have a pain au chocolat and I just have a regular croissant, I've been known to cut open the croissant and throw some chocolate chips and put it like in the toaster for 2 seconds. It's really good. I highly recommend that. All right, we're putting the last one, and this, we're done with block A. So block A is done. Now, I'm not going to press this yet because I'm going to do block B, because block A is going to be next to block B, and I want to make sure our pressing is as best as we can get it to be flat. Now I'm hungry and I'm fasting because I have a doctor's appointment later. Oh, I'm sorry, Sheila. Ready? Okay, here we go. This is games. Oh, and now we're going to work on block B. So block B, we're going to come here, and block B, we want the diagonal to go towards the right. My right, I don't know what it is on your screen. And then we're going to put these on the top and the bottom. So move that here. In Kenya, we only have 2 seasons, dry and rainy. In Puerto Rico, people do think that the winter time is cold. I will tell you that. People walk around with pants and all kinds of stuff. And when I go visit there, it's like, whew, it's hot. I'm like in shorts, tanked up. All right, so preference in games. Ready? Trivial Pursuit, Monopoly, or Cranium. Let's see. Monopoly. We have a Monopoly. I played Monopoly with my son yesterday when we had the blackout. I got the generator running, and then we were just in the kitchen playing. I said to my honey, this is why I need a mini generator just for my sewing machine. Monopoly. So we have 2 Monopolies. I don't think I played Cranium. I have Cranium. I played it with the kiddos. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. None of the above. I like crafts. Oops. All right, so Monopoly was the big winner, and I like Monopoly too. What's not to love? To buy property and have money. It's only like when you were me yesterday and I was broke. I was broke. Ready? Preference. Paintings, sculptures, or photographs? What is your preference? Now, my preference is quilts, but painting, sculptures, and photographs. What type of art? Monopoly Go? No. Dude. I like them all. I like... It's on an app. Oh, I have no idea. Fabric sculptures, at least it's possible. It's impossible to decide. I know photographs, I can incorporate them in my quilts. Oh, that's a good thought. Yes, you can. I'm gonna chuckle with that one, Joydy. It's okay. Kids need to learn all about quilting. Maybe one day this crazy kid will be a quilter. Oh, as long as you're respectful and not too crazy, you can come join us quilters, as we just sit here, hang, talk, and sew. All right, next one. Okay, computers. What is your preference in computers? Dell, Apple, and IBM. This is definitely, yeah, not an acrobatic channel. Oh, we got Apple. Ooh. I just found something I did not like. Let's see. Nope, I'm going to pull this off. So I just found a piece. Remember I said that there was, I caught the one, I didn't catch this one. So I'm going to cut another one of these. There's a piece of selvage on there, like the little dots. I don't like that. This has to be perfect. And I don't say that often. I probably never say that. But this particular quilt has to be perfect. So I'm going to cut another piece. IBM, HP. I don't like Apple if it's not fruits. The end, I might do a flip for a new machine. Yeah, you want to buy me a brand new sewing machine, you may find me doing a back flip. That's right, Sheila. Oh, that's funny. Good morning, Deborah. I've had all three, so definitely Apple for me. None. I've never had any of those. I like Microsoft. Good morning, Candace. Is this a sample quilt? Yes, this is a fabric. This is a publication quilt. It absolutely is. That is, yep, I did the first part of this on a live, and now I've got to finish this up. So. But they're going to be at QuiltCon, so if you see them, say hi from the Pastryqueen. I wish I was there working with them. It's a very long. I love working with them. I love when we go to festivals. When I retire, if I'm still doing this, I will probably go to every one with them. We have such a blast at the booth, and it's so much fun. All right, so This one goes through. And then, you know, this actually pretty much goes quick. I'm surprised how quick these actually go. Ready? So Dell, Apple, and IBM. So I use all the above. I don't think I use I don't know. What is that? I have something called the ThinkPad. I don't know what that is. I've used all three. I mean, you know, I currently am using all three. So I don't know if I have a preference. You know, honestly, I don't care for any computer stuff, but we have to, we live in a society of computers now. So it's hard to not have him or use him. All right, so next. Okay, here we go. This refers to Annette from Australia. Good morning. ThinkPad is an IBM, I think. Okay, so yeah, I have an IBM ThinkPad. I use a Dell at work, and I'm currently on my Apple phone. So there you go. So here we go. Preference. This is referring to oh, this is referring to that show. What is that show? No, it's not America's Got Talent. It's the one where Kelly Clarkson won American Idol. That's it, American Idol. So, which one do you prefer in American Idol? Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, or Randy Jackson? And apparently, I didn't need that. I must have caught that before, and then I just never. No, I think the first one here, right? Yeah, no, I do need another one. Okay, so that's fine. We have scraps. Look at that. See? Oh, here's one. Never mind. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. So we're going to take this and cut. Let's see, what do we have? We have Randy. This is such an old question. None I haven't watched much. It is an old question, actually. Is it still around? Randy Jackson. I haven't watched much. I think I've only watched maybe two seasons, or maybe only one season, honestly. I don't watch any of those shows. All right, so I'm going to go back to sewing some of these up. I can't wait to play with this. None. So based on the little bit I've watched, I think, I don't really know. I don't really watch it. Maybe Simon seems to be like I don't know, mean to some people. And Paula and Randy seem to be okay with the people. So if I had to pick, maybe Paula Abdul. I'm really not a good judge of these judges. Now, if we were talking about the American, not the British Bake Off, that would be different. I used to watch it years ago, yes. They are about to have a new season, but none of these people are on. Oh, okay. So here we go. Ready? Coke, this is soda. Coke, Pepsi, or Sprite? And I'm pressing these out. Coke, Pepsi, or Sprite? That's, you know, that could be, I don't know, back in the 80s, that was like a big thing. It was like the war of commercials, or what restaurant had what, you know, Coke or Pepsi. I don't know if Sprite was ever in the mix of all that, but I remember that. Diet Coke. So in my family, people are very specific. Like my uncle will only drink Pepsi. So if you have him over at your house, you better have Pepsi and Pepsi only. I tend to drink cherry Coke. I'm a cherry Coke lover. When I could have, when the days of being able to have caffeine, I loved a good cherry Coke. I don't know if they make diet cherry Coke. I mean, I would think it's just not the same, but I don't drink soda. Well, seltzer, if you want to consider that soda. I guess it is because it's called soda water, right? All right, so now we're going to put this on here, and we're going to set this like that. Let's make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So I have that like that, and then we're going to take some of these. Pepsi here, Coke in Kenya. And mine is Dr. P or Mountain Dew. That's what we have in the fridge, my son up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 15. All right. So how am I placing this? I am placing this where this, the flip and stitch, is to the right top, and these are to the left bottom, the flip and stitch. Now that it's decaf days, it's a Sprite, I guess, if I was to get something. All right, so now I am coming in here. My size. And the next, I gotta find my boomer cards. I have not seen them in a while. Okay, Best Buy, Circuit City, or Radio Shack. But I don't watch it. Drink low sugar drinks. Love Aldi's sugarless lemon. Oh, I love Aldi's. We love Aldi's here in this house too. Best Buy, Circuit City, or Radio Shack. So now this is very old too. Because I don't think Radio Shack exists. I haven't heard about Circuit City in like eons. I don't even know if they even exist. Yes. Best Buy. I think that's all there is left, right? Though when the days were where all that was open, I did like Radio Shack because you can go and get all, you know, your parts you need for different things. And back then, that's where I used to get my cell phone, was at Radio Shack. I froze a minute. That may mean some kind of doom and gloom, maybe. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. I may freeze for a second, but I will come back. I'm going to check something here. Let me know when I'm back. I forgot that yesterday when we lost the power outage, I totally switched my phone to cellular, and then I never switched it back. I got the power back on. So I had no internet last night. Made it in one piece. I'm back. Good. Okay. We got our power back, but we didn't get our internet back until last night, and I did. I just remembered I never switched over my phone. Where I live, cellular is very spotty. Oh, lemonade. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so we went off on that tangent. Okay, here we go. Comedian. Ready? Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, or Carlos Mencia? Quality is better now. Good. Yep, Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, or Carlos Mencia. I don't watch enough of any of those comedians to really have a preference to tell you the truth. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Oops, I almost took 2. See, that would have not been great. Oh. Did all these. Don't tell me we've already gone through I Love Fluffy. Okay. Okay. We did that one. Here we go. Ready? Fluffy is my guy. I gotta look up who Fluffy is now. I gotta look up Fluffy. I mean, I just went to a Josh Johnson comedy show with my daughter and Michelle right before Christmas. And I'll tell you, there was the one lady who was, whoever she was, her MC, his MC, she was hysterical. Buffy makes me laugh and Chappelle makes me think. My honey likes Chappelle, I think, but I'm not sure. I don't know, he watches more comedy. All right, ready? How to avoid being struck by lightning. How to avoid being struck by lightning. A, lie flat on the ground. B, kneel with your hands on the ground and your head low. Or C, run towards the last lightning strike you saw. Nobody wants to run towards any kind of light. Just saying. Voluntarily. Stay out of the storm. Good morning, Barb. So this is block B I'm working on, and then we get to put this all on the design wall. Okay. That was my thought on exactly, right? Just stay out of the storm. I remember my grandma goes, don't go near the windows. Must have counted wrong. So we have this. These are all, so now I have to put these on. Let me make sure I have that right. Yep. We have a lot of A's. Okay, so it's actually B. Yes, my grandmother was hit twice closing windows. Oh, wow. Okay, so the answer is A, is not A, but most of you said A, right? So the answer is B, kneel with your hands on the ground and your head low. How to recognize dengue fever. How to recognize dengue fever. A, symptoms include a runny nose, watery eyes, a severe cough, and blotchiness on the face and neck. B, symptoms include a severe headache, a sore throat, reddening eyes, joint pain, muscle aches, and a rash. Or C, symptoms include an overall flush on the victim's body accompanied by relentless itching, muscle twitching, and excessive sweating. And with that, I need some Advil or ibuprofen. My body is hurting. I can feel my autoimmune today really attacking my hands and my face for whatever reason. Interesting that no options mention fever. No idea. Stay indoors away from trees and stores, poles that have electric cables. Yep. Do you have school today? Well, as of now, no. I mean, yes. As of now, yes, but we're on a 2-hour delay. We're on a 2-hour delay. So I thought you said fever and B. Let's see. B. Nope, no fever in B. No fever, I think, in any of them, even though it's called dengue fever, right? You would think that'd be a fever, maybe. So the answer is B. Symptoms include a severe headache, a sore throat, reddening eyes, joint pain, muscle aches, and a rash. Well, here we go. This is information I didn't know we had. How to eat a daffodil. How to eat a daffodil. Because, you know, it's daffodil season. Spring is coming, and it's going to be daffodil season. You know, we want to eat up all those daffodils. A, boil the daffodils whole for 10 minutes before eating them. B, salt and dry the flower and stem, but discard the roots. C, do not eat daffodils. They are poisonous. No problem. Everyone is saying C. Nobody wants to stir fry those up with some butter and garlic, a little white wine and shallots. correct. Do not confuse daffodils with dandelions. Yeah, that could be a very bad mistake. So the answer is C. Do not eat daffodils. They are poisonous. Which means do not decorate your cake, your wedding cake, with daffodils also, because, you know, putting poisonous flowers on cakes, as much as you may want to put a daffodil on your wedding cake, is not a good idea. I didn't tell you how many times when I was in the wedding cake biz, I would have to explain to people why I'm not putting those fresh flowers on your cake, regardless whether you want it or not. Yes, you can tape them up. Yes, you can put them in plastic little vases and then stick the whole vase in it. I just said no. I just said no. I did not want any kind of responsibility of anything poisoned on a cake. Only if you want to see your maker. Are we all cozy mystery readers? It's 22:30, so time for me to get some Z's. I'll catch you again. Well, thank you for joining with us, Annette. See you soon again. Nighty-night. All right. How to sense you are about ready to be struck by lightning. How to sense you are about to be struck by lightning. A, your ears ring and your mouth becomes dry. B, your skin tingles and your hair feels like it's standing on end. Or C, your curls curl and your nostrils flare. Lots of bees. Lots of bees. C is a whole different situation. Yes. That's a different kind of lightning. So the answer is, hold on. B, your skin tingles and your hair feels like it is standing on end. All right, so next, ready? That was, yeah. How to send a flare signal on a calm, clear day. A, use the flare that emits bright orange smoke. B, use the flare that emits a bright red flame. C, use the flare that emits pink smoke and a bright blue flame. And why do we need to flare someone today on a bright, clear day? What in the world travesty did we get ourselves into? Are you doing the swap? No, I am not part of, you have to be part of the Renegades, I think, for the whole entire time. So I am not doing that. I don't even know where to have the time, honestly. I'm so busy with work and everything. Orange, what orange was that? A? Orange was A, yes. This is not the first flare situation we've had. No, it's not. I wonder if how they ordered the other flare situation. I think we were on a lifeboat, weren't we, with that other flare? Now this is a flare on a bright, clear day. All right, I have to put this just to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. I'd hate to make a mistake on the last. Yeah, it was on water. That's what I thought. This doesn't say where we're at. It just says on a nice, clear, calm, clear day. The answer is A. Use the flare that emits bright orange smoke. How to find water in a dry riverbed. A. Dig a hole about 3 feet deep near a bend in the riverbed. B. Never dig for water in a dry riverbed, since that is where parasites are found. Or C. Break off a stick in the shape of a Y. Hold the stick with a single end out in front of you and start walking. When it drops towards the ground, start digging. Remember that house quilt I was showing you? There are those people. Let's see, we had A. I'm not in any of groups. I feel like I have to be in all of them, and having raise a kiddo help support my daughter's family. I just can't afford. Exactly. I know that I'm there too. I totally understand. Follow the elephants. Cute peeps. Are we drowsy now? Oh, downsing now. The fabric looks like zest. Oh, I don't know what zest looks like in person. I know what zest looks like, on the TV screen. I'm obsessed with that line, but I can't have everything. So it is what it is. I want to make a house quilt with all the different sizes and colors. Look at that pattern, Candace. I got it off of my Be My Neighbor Quilt Along by Pat Sloan. So wait till you hear the answer of this one. And we're done with block B and block A. So we're going to go and I'm going to figure out how to press these, and then we're going to go to the design one. So we have block B there, and now A. So the answer is dig a hole about 3 feet deep near the bend in a riverbed. But that backpack, I mean, really, how are we going to fit a shovel in that backpack? I mean, how are we going to do it? Because my answer is, if I have a backpack that has a shovel in it, I'm going home. I mean, again, this is for survival. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay, how to filter water. So once we've dug it out and we found the water, now we need to filter it, okay? And so this is the scenario. We had our shovel, luckily, with us. I have a folding scouting shovel. Oh, that's good. I didn't know there was such a thing. Well, okay, I guess we have a shovel. We found water, and now we need to filter it. So how to filter water? Let me just do this last one. There we go. A, pour the water through a sock. Yes, pour water through a sock filled with small crushed rocks and sand. B, use chlorophyll as a filter by mixing shredded vegetation in the water and stir constantly. C, pour the water over a fresh piece of rough tree bark and into a container. So I am going to press the white, let me see. I'm going to press the dark ones in. So Do you see where the flip and stitch is pressed towards it's in? We're also going to press these in because they're going to be alternating. So we need to have them alternating within. So again, we're going to press it in. And I'll show you what I mean. Well, this is not the best one to show because I flipped a stitch. Well, I'll show you another one. I'll fix that later. No, I didn't. Okay. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to take the dark one here and we're just going to put it towards. It's going to go in because the white ones are going to go out. And that's how we're going to press this whole pile so that everything lays flat. Okay? All right, here we go. Hopefully a clean sock. That's if it is a clean sock. Yeah, I was thinking that when I was reading that. I was like, ew, I wouldn't want to take off my socks. Not, I have clean feet, but just saying. I don't know if I want to drink my toe and foot sweat. The right answer is A. You are pouring water through your sock filled with crushed rocks and sand. You are doing that. And then, like, I have so many questions. Like, sand could be filthy, rocks. I don't know. You ever see muddy rocks? I don't know about that. I sure don't want to use my son's. Candice, I was going to say that, but I was like, that is totally what I was going to say, so I'm glad you said it. Because, yeah, exactly. So I put me in the mix. That's funny you said that because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was trying to be nice about it. Oh, exactly. So here we are. Okay, how to send a signal that means help is needed. How to send a signal that means help is needed. A. Oh, we already did that. We said it was the V. We had that discussion. Okay, how to recognize delirium tremens. Delirium tremens, DTs. We did this too. Okay, we did that. Let's see. Okay, we didn't do this. How to make an infusion from plants. A, pour 1 quart of boiling water over a handful of cut and crushed herbs, then stir and let cool. B, cut, scrape, and mash the roots, then boil until all liquid is gone. Or C, finally shred a handful of herbs. Mix them with a cup of seawater and leave in the sun for 1 day. I think we're making tea out in the wild. We have 2 A's. 3A. So the answer is A. How to make an infusion from plants is pour 1 quart of boiling water over a handful of cut and crushed herbs, then stir and let cool. That works great with fresh wild chamomile. Ready? How to survive a mugging. Yep. Unfortunately, we went to one of those cities. I live close to one, New York City, Chicago, you name it, any kind of city, right? And how to survive a mugging. A, if you are not in danger, simply surrender your belongings. If your attacker has harmful intentions, strike him or her in the eyes or the groin. So, other words, ladies, take off your stilettos and hit him where it hurts. B, scream loudly and perform some animated martial arts style kicks in the air. Again, with your stilettos. C, wet your pants. Or if you can't do that, drool saliva down your chin. Good morning, Loretta. And you know they said wet your pants, but they really meant the other. Good morning, Mirta. 35 this morning in Georgia. And, 26. B, we have B. We have A's and B's. All right, so now we have all of our black bordered blocks pressed in. And now we're going to press out the white blocks. The white background blocks. I could say the red blocks. I mean the black blocks. Good morning, Deb. So here, that's what the back looks like here. Okay, so the answer is, ready? To survive a mugging, if you are not in danger, simply surrender your belongings. If your attacker has harmful intentions, strike him or her in the eyes or the groin. AKA, get your stilettos out and hit him in the nuts because you want him down so you can run. But I got kind of entertained with C. C kind of entertained me. Wet your pants. And if you can't do that, drool saliva down your chin. Oh my goodness, these people, they come up with the craziest answers. Okay. Oh, here we go. I like this one. How to avoid vampire bat bites in the wild. So now we're in the wild again, and we need to avoid vampire bats, aka Dracula. A, crush garlic cloves and set them around your sleeping area. B, cover yourself well while sleeping. Or C, sleep in the trees. We have a lot of B's this morning. So the answer, let's see, my answer is D. Wear priest-like clothing with a garlic necklace, rub garlic all over my body, and then cover myself well while sleeping. Because if you watch any vampire movies, that's how they do it. I don't know if that was an appropriate answer, but if you do watch those movies, it's always like that. All right. Wearing a large wearing, yes. You know, those movies, you always had that. There's always that scene. They got the garlic, the whole 9 yards. All right. How to build a fire in the snow. A, build fire on a protective platform made with waterlogged rocks. B, build a platform out of logs in the snow, then build the fire on the logs. C, never use dry tree bark as a platform. It will burn. Don't you want it to burn? Okay. Those are the answers. And then we're going to go to the design wall. What is going on here? We have a lot of C's. We have a right. All right, so here we go. We are putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. So let's start putting ours up here. So 1, 2, and yes, good. I'm happy because I'm noticing that it's definitely going to nest. If you are doing this, it's definitely going to nest if you do it the way I suggested on the pressing. I'm moving on. All right, then the next one is I'm just double checking something. Yeah. So basically we're just alternating the blocks. And that's why, oops, no, that's why I alternated the pressing. And if you notice over here, there's like a secondary pattern. So you are definitely always looking that when you're placing these, that you have the diamonds. Now I do, oh, that's wrong. I need to double check and make sure those are going correct, right? Yep, perfect. So now we're just gonna do 5 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So I'm gonna come in with all my floral whites, right? And I'm gonna put them in, because now you kind of get what we need to do. All right, so the answer to that is B. Build a, here we go, let me go up a little. Build a platform out of logs in the snow, then build the fire on the logs. All right, now we're gonna take some black ones and put those through, and put these right across. And then you always want to look back before you piece this all, because we want to make sure that we have all our blocks facing correctly. And this is, I think, our last row. Maybe, no, it's not our last row. Got one more row. our white comes in. And there we go. So now we have it all situated. Now you want to kind of go back and look at it and make sure that you are good with it. And I don't see any mistakes. And I do sit here a little bit and look at it. But now all that is left is just to sew. So this is, oh, thank you. So this is where we're at. So now we're going to take these. And I'm just going to pick it up one row at a time. And then put that right here. And actually, I'm going to do one row at a time because I'm doing this live. We're going to do one row at a time because I don't want to make a mistake. There we are. Ready? Here we go. Good morning, Sharon. We did the how to survive that. Okay. Ready. Oh, this is kind of funny. Here we go. We'll go with this. Some of these are very serious. We've got to be a little less serious this morning. Ready? How to scratch an itch under a cast. Now, we've all been there, right? Have we all had a cast? It is the itchiest experience. So A, stick a ruler inside the cast to relieve the itching. B, elevate the cast to diminish blood flow. Or C, eat spicy food to thin the blood. Now, I don't see my answer on there of what I did. Now, these little parts should nest just perfectly. The half square triangles at the end. Because of how we pressed. Never had a cast. Okay. I'm gonna take these here. I have so many of these now. You know what? I'm getting overloaded with these. I think I'm going to go ahead and see what I have over here for something else. Okay, these are scraps that I just took out of my 4.5-inch bin. And I have some lights and darks, and I'm now going to put together a light and a dark. And I'm going to put these in twos next. I'm getting ideas of maybe how we can put some stuff. Let's see. She's what? What? Did I see that? Twerking? What? Wait a second. How did we get, what's the conversation we're having? See you in the bushes? No school today, no work today, so it's a mandatory sleep-in day. Well, good for you and Jessica. Yeah, I wish I had that. I don't have that. Oh, working. Working. Good morning, Joyce. That is, well, no, it says working. Now this one says lurking. Thank you. Because all I'm seeing, yeah, yeah. I was clearly reading things. I was definitely reading things wrong. Okay, working. I was like, wait a second. I knew that she was definitely not doing the T thing that I just said out loud. But you never know in our chat. She was. All right, so I am putting on my last block to this row. Now that it's getting long, I just want to place that there. All right, here we are. So when I had a cast, I only had one once. I used a coat hanger, and I kind of stuck the metal coat hanger in there. It's probably not a smart idea. Probably a ruler would have been probably safer idea. That would be a whole different kind of channel, Annette. Annette has a channel. Yeah, that would be a totally different kind of channel. This is too depressing and too close to home. And oh, this is interesting. How to escape. Hold on. How to escape from a sinking car. A, wait until the water is halfway up the driver's door, then open it and get out. B, open your windows and climb out as soon as possible. C, climb into the back seat, open the back door, and climb out as soon as possible. That's my worst nightmare. And literally, I've had nightmares about that. There used to be a show like How to Survive or something like that. It was either Dateline or something like that. And I watched that, and this is when my kids were little, and there was one like giving you the scenario of your car going down in the water and how to survive and all this. And then that stuck with me and kind of scarred me. So one of the things that I do carry in my car because of that, actually I have a fear of that now, is I carry that little hammer thing to shatter the glass, and scissors. I always have scissors with me, and they're great because I can't tell you how many times I need scissors, and it's great because I have a big pair in the car, like a big heavy duty pair, because in case you need to cut your kids out of the car, you know, their seatbelts. Well, you're not cutting your kids out of the car, you're cutting the seatbelts. That didn't sound right, but you know what I meant. Yeah. I have 3 B's, and the answer is B. But apparently, sometimes it's not as easy as you think to open up your car, your window, or even your car. Well, the car door is impossible. All right, good morning, Regina. So this is the first one. I'll open this up and then open this. You know you're doing it right if you are always got the flippin' stitches at the end. I said half square triangles the night before. if they are placed together, if you followed my pressing instructions, everything will have nested. So I'm on to now using 4.5-inch blocks and sewing those 2 by 2. Just in case if you're wondering, so I went from 2.5-inch blocks to now 4.5-inch blocks. Has nothing to do with this quilt. It's going to be some kind of bonus quilt. Kind of thinking of different ideas we can do with it. And I have so many that we might be able to make 2 quilts out of all that. All right, we're on to now the 3rd row. We're going to get that up. Hello, Joe. All right, so we did the answer is B. Ready. How to safely return to, oh, I don't want to do that. That's like, that may be triggering right now. Okay. How to survive muscle strain. How to survive muscle strain. A, limiting movement, elevate and ice the affected area and apply a splint if necessary. B, wash the affected area with warm soapy water and drink plenty of fluids and take a multivitamin. C, increase your vitamin intake and rest. Drink plenty of liquids and stay out of the sun. Let's see, what do we got going on? We got some C's. Oops. I gotta keep moving back. So these are just scraps that I cut when I had some time here and there. They came right out of my scrap drawer system. All right, we've got C's, we have A's. As a former basketball mom, I'm quite familiar with this. Me too, but not well, he played some basketball. It was mostly wrestling and football for me. working on rows 3 and right now 4. Oops. I want to make sure that it goes exactly where it needs to be. All right. So the answer is A, limiting movements, elevate and ice the affected area and apply a splint if necessary. That's the answer to that one. All right, let me sew up this. When it gets to be like a lot of fabric, I do recommend, you know, when you're doing the twos, you can easily get them together. But sometimes when you go further, things like to slip. All right. Let's put this on. Actually, I need that. Let's see. How to avoid altitude sickness. Ready? A, avoid exertion for several days after rapidly ascending to higher altitudes. B, increase your salt intake while ascending to replenish losses through sweating. Or C, have a few stout beers every 4 hours to lower your center of gravity. And there you go. There are your choices. We are putting up 3 and then we're moving right along. To our next row, and we only have one more row to do. So we have these. We have A's, and we have C's. No, the A's were from before. We have A and C now. There we are. Good morning. Good morning, Mona. You're up early. How sweet to see the sunlight streaming in the window behind you, Lena. Oh, yes. It's lovely because we've had a bunch of dreary, dark days here. It is nice to see that. Oh, I don't know why I did that. And this this one here is, we're going to pick up our last row. So I'll show you where we're at. We're coming right along really well with this sample quilt. So the answer to avoid altitude sickness: avoid exertion for several days after rapidly ascending to higher altitudes. Okay, how to recognize a landslide warning. A, out of place dirt and rocks appear in or near your home. B, animals appear to be vacating the area. Or C, new cracks develop on walls and floors and doors and windows begin to stick. Oops. So I'm going to discuss a little bit of like what you're seeing with me making this sample for them. What you're seeing is me just doing a sample of something that has already been written and has been tested before. And so when I'm doing like the ones for the books, which haven't been tested, right? You guys haven't seen it before. Well, you guys might have not seen this because this is a relatively, I don't know if they launched this one out yet. But anyway, clearly it was already tested. So all I'm doing is sewing it up. When I have to do it for checking, oh, I did this wrong. Oh, no, I did it right. You know, I have to actually read through everything and make sure that everything, oops, look at that. That everything is, you know, reading correctly and that kind of stuff. So that part you're not seeing because normally it takes me a while to do all that. So there we go. We have almost all of them done. We have our last row that we're working on now. I missed it. Who are you making the sample for? Can you say? Yes, this is Fabric Cafe. This is one of the relatively new stand-alone 5-yard quilt patterns, and it's called Passage. I normally never have the okay to do this because, you know, they have books and stuff that I normally am working on. But with this, they gave me the okay because they're actually selling, they're already selling the pattern in their store. And I think they did maybe a soft launch. I don't know exactly. But I'm just sewing them a sample in different colorway. And here we are. I don't want to confuse anybody. This is what I'm using as my leader and ender, and these are big, right? These are 4.5-inch squares. Again, has nothing to do with this sample I'm making. All right, So here we are. We now have all of them. And so now this is a good time, even for home, even though this is a sample, I'm a little bit more where it has to be perfect. But you come in here, you put your rows in. And we're going to look at it again to make sure everything is the way it's supposed to go. Because I want to make sure everything is the way it goes. I don't want to have to rip anything. Once I have it up there, then I go ahead and take the picture they gave me. And I double check everything. Okay, so good. I'm good with this step. Now, hi Jamie. Now we're going to go to the next part of it. And that is going to be adjoining the rows. Okay, so that's our next part that we're going to work on. Again, this is the sample quilt. This is what they sent me. I did an unboxing on a live. Oh no, I did an unboxing on a short. And then I think I did one on a short. And then I started this on a live, and we're finishing it off on a live. Hi, Jamie, from the quilting compound, Jamie. So we're going to come here, and I'm going to just take a row like this, and I am going to sit here, and I'm going to take my time. And you never hear me say that this has to be perfect, but this has to be perfect. If I do this for myself, this does not have to be perfect. It just has to be for me. But being that this is a publication quilt, I want to make sure that this is perfect. All right, so I come in here, and if you followed my pressing instructions, because on the pattern there aren't any, they just, they press everything open. You should have everything just lay perfectly. You should have everything lay perfectly. And if you don't, it's your personal quilt, it's not a problem. So we are... So yes, you probably have never seen me pin this much, but I do for these samples because I want to make sure all my points are where they should be. Make sure that I'm doing that right. So I come in, and every single spot, I come in here, every single spot where there's going to be joining. I wonder how many, there's a lot of pins in here. A lot of pins. All right, so now that I've pinned, I'm going to run this right through. And then I'm going to open it up, and we're going to check that all the points are accurate. Again, I'm only doing this because this is going to be publicized. All right. So now I'm going to come in here, and I am actually going to take I would do this on the bigger ironing board, but to show you, and of course I didn't have my iron on, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to press this carefully, and then when I open, I'm going to, you know, look, wait, what? I'm off to bed. Have a great day, everyone. Have you been up all night, Mona? Night, night. All right. So that I'm just giving that a second. And then what I'm going to show you is I did long arm a quilt yesterday, and I did make 2 backings. Okay, so this is ready. So I'm going to come in here, and there's a couple of spots that were not pressed, which were where the blocks were joined. So that should be okay. Now, here we go. So now I'm going to open this, and I want to check here where my flip and stitch make, and I'm going to literally go in here and make sure that I did not lose that point, in which I didn't. And then I'm going to come to this point and make sure that that registers as a full line. You have never seen me do this before, because I only do this when it is a quilt that I am making for a designer or a company. And I'm looking through, and all my points are exactly where they need to be. And then I move on to my next row. If there's any loose thread, I take that out too. All right, then I put this back. And I'm happy with that row. But we're going to stop here with that. I am going to show you some other stuff, because I really do need to have my big iron. And I can't be distracted. At this point, I can't be distracted on what to do on that. Oh, come on. So, backings. We're still on this whole backings thing. So yesterday, I had, let me show you what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I long-armed my cherry quilt. It was, you know what, I ended up not even doing the hearts. I just did a loop-de-loop. And this is the back. We did the backing together. We loaded it yesterday together. And someone asked me about the binding. I will do that on a live again. But I basically just going to fold, and this is going to be my binding. All right? Because this is just my quilt. This is not anything else. So we have that. Then this quilt here, I tested this quilt for Fabric Cafe, and I make my own. Hold on. I make my own quilt first. Oh, let me unplug this. I make my own quilt first out of my stash. And then I make the one using their fabric. And so when they did this one, it was the hearts. Okay, this is what I chose. And I did not have a backing, if you recall, when we went through all the backings and stuff. So I found, if you recall, I bought these tablecloths. They're 100% cotton from the wholesaler, where I buy my fabric from. They have tablecloths that they use for their shows. So they're $1 a tablecloth. I mean, it's a really good deal. So I went ahead and took 2 of them, and I did exactly what I did yesterday on that other quilt. I went, well, in this case, it's not selvage to selvage, it's this like rolled hem thing. And I went ahead and did that. And I think this is gonna look okay with it. So this is the floral. And this is the quilt. It has a lot of the same colors, you notice in the heart. So this is gonna be the backing for this. So that's gonna go on the long arm as one of the next projects. And then yesterday, I pieced the backing. So, here we go. So we saw this one. This was one of the quilts I pulled out. And here it is. We did this. I have a video on this. I did this last year. So we have that. And what I did was, this is a really, really big quilt. I didn't have anything really to match it. So what I did was I went into my Valentine's bucket in which I got that heart fabric from. Wait, I missed something. She's the queen bee. She's a busy as a bee. Yeah. So what I did is, there was, oh, did you hear that? There was a cutoff, right? When I cut off the side, a big cutoff on the bottom of that quilt, the cherry quilt. So I went ahead and used that piece. And it was the selvage piece because it was at the end where I rolled it. So I'm using this because the selvage is like the straightest part. So I started off with that. And then I had two pieces of fabric that kind of matched. I had to, you know, cut a little bit, but I had this. And this is actually in that quilt. This fabric is in that quilt. And a piece of this, which also is in that quilt. So I then sewed these two pieces together. But if I put this piece and this piece, it wasn't going to be long enough. So I needed to put a horizontal piece in. So I went back into my bucket and I found this fabric right here. And I just went ahead and did a long enough strip and I sewed that. So I have this now as my backing. And so that is going to be loaded on to here, and I'm going to keep this up here like this because I want it, it's ironed right now. And then I'm just going to do that. This is going to sit out for the day, and hopefully I'll just take my steamer to this. But as you can see, I have plenty to work with. So that's it. That's a backing. Another way to do another backing. I love how you figure out how to use the fabrics for your backing. I just make it up as I go, honestly, and I put it together, made up as I go. But in any case, I know I have a 2-hour delay, but as you saw, I popped some Advil, and I was going to go through another bucket of quilts. Are you up for it? If not, I'm going to head on out, and maybe we could do that tomorrow. Why don't we do that tomorrow? I'm going to end this. I'm going to give myself a little bit to relax before I go have the mad dash of the day. So we're going to do that. Everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And if you wouldn't mind on the way out hitting that thumbs up button, I would also appreciate it. Everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. We will be working tomorrow, I believe, on the Ginger Quilter. maybe you'll see a new quilt that has been long armed tonight. And hopefully this 5-yard quilt will be done. So take care. Bye-bye.